Hello and welcome to AutoToday. My name is Abhik and today we've got the Honda City HEV with us, but today is not going to be a usual review of this car, so obviously I'm not going to elaborate on how beautiful the exterior of this city is, or how plush and comfortable the interior is, or how immensely efficient its hybrid powertrain is. But today we're going to take a look at its active safety features. Now, it has got airbags and it has got seat belts, and those are all passive safety features, but active safety features, which Honda actually calls Honda Sensing. What is that? Well, stick around for the next few minutes. I'm going to tell you all about Honda Sensing and what it really is. So, what are these active safety systems I've been talking about? Now, as the name suggests, an active safety system is a safety system that will actively intervene into your driving to keep you safe. And to demonstrate it, I've actually come out onto an expressway. This is the Taj Expressway. It connects Noida to Agra via a good 4-lane highway with clearly demarcated lanes, signages, almost no pedestrians or obstacles to speak of. The Honda Sensing system, or the Honda City's ADAS, actually operates via a camera, which is a super wide angle camera mounted right behind the IRVM, and a cluster of sensors. Now together they scan the road for all these inputs, for example the lanes, the signages, and then they feed this information into the ADAS, and then the ADAS can accordingly take action. The Honda Sensing system performs a few vital functions while the car is on the move. Let's take a look at what these are. We will first start with the lane keeping feature. Now, that feature is activated with this little button here, conveniently mounted on the steering wheel. Now, once you press that, you will see a graphic on the instrumentation. What the lane keep feature does is, as soon as the car senses that you're veering off your lane, it will intervene. If it's a very slight deviation, then you'll feel sort of a gentle push of the steering, and it's very easy to sense. You go off your lane and the car tries to self-correct and bring you back onto the center of the lane. Now, if this deviation is a little too abrupt, you will get a warning on the instrumentation. It will say lane departure. That's again the two levels of warning systems. First being a visual warning telling you that you are departing from your lane, and the second being the corrective action, where it takes over control of the steering and tries to bring you back into the center of the lane. If you do want to change lanes, then obviously you check your mirrors first, indicate, and now the system knows that you are intentionally changing lanes. Remember, this is an assistance system. It does not mean that you can take your hands off the steering. After a few seconds of your hands being off the steering, the car is smart enough to sense it and will then start flashing a warning on the instrumentation saying steering required. It will continuously flash in orange. I am getting that warning right now because my hands are off the steering, and now there's a beep and the graphic has become red. It says steering required. My hands are back onto the steering. Warning goes off. So that is the lane keep feature. Similar to the lane keeping assistance system function is the road departure mitigation system that prevents the car from veering off the road due to the driver's lack of concentration. The second vital feature that I'm going to tell you about is adaptive cruise control, and that is a feature that can be activated with the cruise control button here. This highway allows for 100 kilometers per hour as its speed limit, so I am going to select a speed of 100 kilometers an hour, and the car is now automatically accelerating just as a normal cruise control system would. But an adaptive cruise control system will now use that camera and the sensors to identify the cars in front of me and match the speed accordingly. It will still cap the speed at 100 or the pre-selected speed on the system, but the speed is actually now being regulated based on the car ahead, or the cars ahead in fact. There is a car ahead of me at this point in time. It is also sticking to the speed limit, going at 100 kilometers per hour, and I have a safe distance from that car. In the event that that car slows down, the Honda City will now automatically bring its speed down. It will slow itself down, apply the brakes. You don't have to apply the brakes or apply the throttle. Again, this system will automatically adjust that speed, adjust the gap between the two cars, and ensure there's a safe braking distance. Now you can adjust that gap using this function here, and the moment you press it, you can either increase the gap from the car in front or decrease it as well. Adaptive cruise control can not only cruise, accelerate and brake without the driver's inputs, but also overtake with only lane change indication and steering inputs required from the driver. The system can identify a clearer lane and accelerate to the set cruise control speed if an overtake is initiated by the driver. There is an additional low-speed follow function that's available on the Honda City EHEV only, and it continues the adaptive cruise control operations in slow-moving traffic too. The third vital feature of Honda Sensing is collision mitigation braking system that identifies an imminent collision if the speed differential between the two cars changes rapidly. There are 3 stages of its operation. A visual warning first flashes on the instrumentation. If there is no input from the driver, then light brakes are applied automatically by the system, followed by hard braking. Now, apart from these 3 crucial ADAS features, Honda also offers you a couple of more interesting features, one of them being the lane watch feature, which is basically a blind spot assistance feature. In my field of view now, in my rear view mirror, I can't really spot a two-wheeler, but here on this screen I can clearly see that there is a two-wheeler here, and before making that left I will have to be careful to avoid the two-wheeler. Another feature is automatic high beam, something that is very, very important in our driving conditions, because a lot of people tend to simply drive all the time on high beam. It is an intelligent feature. It automatically identifies the object in front and lowers the beam. As soon as the space is empty, there is enough distance from, say, the object in front, it will switch on high beam again. Honda Sensing has yet another practical feature called the lead car departure notification system that can smartly identify the car ahead moving from a standstill and notify the driver with an audio and visual warning just in case they've diverted their attention at a long stoplight. Honda Sensing essentially acts as a sixth sense for the driver, enabling a better and, more importantly, a safer driving experience. So that was a look into the essential systems and functioning of Honda Sensing, how it works and what all it can do for you. But it is crucial and very important to remember that this is ultimately a driving assistance feature and system. It does require your utmost attention and alertness on the road. Your hands should always be on the steering, feet on the control, even with these features which take over some of these functions, but it does require human intervention, so never forget that. And that was our quick look, and actually an in-depth look, into the Honda Sensing system. Tell us if you've liked this video. If you want to know a little more about these systems as well, drop us a few comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and as always, wear your seatbelts, keep safe on the road, and I will see you shortly.